All right. First live stream of the week on Tuesday night. And I'm thinking I'm going to make a couple of short cocktail videos tonight. I haven't made cocktail videos the last couple of streams. And I got a couple of short ones in mind. So I'm going to do that. Whiskey and slow gin cocktail. Hey, honey, how you doing? Bit of experimentation. I'm just going to look up suggested garnish for this cocktail. The Nixon, which is not that appealing a name for a cocktail, quite honestly. Does it mean we can't trust it? Is it? Okay, yeah, orange peel. Hello, Madam Butterfly. How are you doing? Let me quickly make this. We'll get ready to make this Nixon cocktail. Okay, get ready. We want to have a bit of orange peel. Get that ready for a start. Okay, that was pretty trouble-free. Thank you, orange peel, for being relatively trouble-free. I appreciate that. And I'll get a skewer to do a cherry on. Okay. So now I just have to pick which whiskey I want to make this with. Ooh, like a fruity whiskey, I think. You know what? I think I might work my way through that Hellier's Road. It's a nice whiskey. Okay, so this here. Get a cherry ready as well. Why not? Well, why not? All right, that's right. Oh, shite. That's not what I planned. Okay. Get things ready. Get ready. Actually, you know what I have to do? I have to blowtorch this ice so it's clear. So is that Safa? I'm going to take a look at that. Oh, talking about F1 still. Okay. All right, I'm just going to blowtorch this ice to make it clear. Somewhat counterintuitive. I forget who I got the tip from on YouTube, but it friggin' works. All right. That in there. Now, yeah, okay, pretty much decided I'm going to use this whiskey. Okay, why not? And my homemade sloe gin. Is there anything else in it? Nixon. Fruity bitters. I think I might do cranberry bitters. What was the suggested bitters on here? Hey, Celtic. peach. I don't fucking peach. Who has peach? I'm going to do cranberry. Like cranberry bitters. All right, let's get everything ready. Oh! Okay, 45 mils. Right. I want to do this. Put that there. All right, we are just about ready, steady spaghetti. Do this. Do that. Bring this camera over here. Okay. Whoops, I got that wrong. We want to do it over here first because I'm doing the close-ups. I got all confused about what was going on. That's probably right. Now, how's that framing? That's pretty good. And there's road. All right. Let's go. All right, that's that. Pretty straightforward. Put the lids back on so I don't have a whoopsie. And so add some ice here. Okay, so good. Let's stir this sucker. That's tasting pretty good. This. And cherry. All right. That's done. Okay. Now we move this over here. This is just a short, so I'm only talking. Theoretically, I should be able to finish this in 2 minutes. Let's see how many times I fuck up. Because that's what determines how long the video goes. How many times I fuck up. Oh, wow. Okay. I must have rejiggered that recently. Doo-doo. All right. Got that happening. G'day, cocktail lovers. This cocktail is called a Nixon for reasons that escape me. Doesn't seem like a great name for a cocktail. Makes me not want to trust it. It's in old-fashioned territory, but it's whiskey sweetened with sloe gin rather than sugar syrup. In fact, around my way, you add some bubbles to this in a tall glass. We call it a Snosberry Fizz. But I'm going to have it as a Nixon. I'll give it a quick taste. Ooh, and it's somehow both fruitier and drier than a normal old-fashioned, and it's really quite good. I'll show you how to make it. In a mixing glass, put 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of the whiskey of your choice, then 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of sloe gin, and just 2 dashes of cranberry bitters. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. I'm straining that into a rocks glass over a big chunk of sexy clear ice. And for garnishes, I'm doing a twist of orange peel and a maraschino cherry on a skewer. There's a car coming just as I'm going to talk. This is definitely lighter than an average old-fashioned. So if you know someone who's a bit scared of whiskey drinks, maybe try this and you can ease them into it. It's really quite good. I recommend you try a Nixon. Cheers. That was pretty good. And I'm also just going to check something. Let's do this. Turn that off. Turn a few things off. Off like a bag of prawns in the sun. Move this. Now, I'm just going to check something with these barrels also. Yeah, that seems good. And this one, I just got to shake a bit. Oh, that's an old-fashioned. All right. Alrighty. Well. Just going to move that to there. Bring the phone around here. All right. Hooky dooky. Thanks, Celtic. I like the shirt. This is the closest to a plain shirt I've got, just the little thing in the pocket. But then when I stand up, you see the same pattern is big around the waist. But when I do meetings at work online with this, people only see here, they think I'm wearing a plain shirt. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. What was the other one I was going to do? The lip spin. Saying just a cherry for this one. Okay. We'll do that. Justin's at the budget probably now. I'm not sure what. Oh, you mean watching the budget? Yes. Reasonable call there, Safa. Our man Justin. He's quite proud of being a political tragic. Don't know be at the budget, but certainly maybe watching the budget. Try how that works. Not even sure what the point of this budget is. They've already told us everything's in it. Hey, Pat, how you doing? Had tuna bake. That's nice. I'm back into the light and easies. Had spaghetti bolognese. Classic but tasty. Maybe I should have had something non-pasta. So I just realized I'm catching up with the young'uns for dinner tomorrow night, and we're going to a pasta place. C'est la vie. Oh, I did. That was funny. Idiots in the Trump administration talking about bombing somewhere on their Signal chat group, and they've accidentally put a journalist in the chat group. Oh, yes, Pat, I did see you had a review up on Le Discord. Where are we? God, my brain wasn't working. I couldn't see Pat's movies. Oh, Snow White gets a 10 out of 10 from Pat. Controversial in some quarters. Nice. Hey, Rays, what's up, man? Love the photo of the car up on blocks with all the wheels gone too. It's a hoot. Well, I'm sure Pat will give us a review of the Minecraft movie too. I feel like I can safely say, not only am I definitely not seeing that in the cinema, I would be extremely surprised if I watch it ever, like when it's free to watch. It's just not something I see in my future, I have to admit. So there was another trailer for friggin' Andor released. Got me super hyped. Doctor Who trailer, super hyped. Because they're both coming out in April. I think The Last of Us is as well. Super hyped for all that. Made you feel at home? The car up on blocks. Just something like it's just like, oh god damn, honestly. Just reading like it's like if you've got like a 10-year-old Commodore in Melbourne, it's just gonna get fucking stolen. I think it's like the 10 to 15-year-old Commodores. They are just getting started. What was interesting to me, because they have the electronic start and whatnot, and people have hacker tools to bypass the security system and start the car electronically. And I was reading this article. They were saying it's because they moved where the horn was on the Commodore. Like if it had been in the old position, it would be so much harder for these thieves to actually electronically start the engines. It's not Bluetooth, but yeah, it's the whole thing with the electronic keys, which all the car makers hyped as this great big unbeatable security thing, and it turns out it absolutely stealable. Pat, I'm doing good. How are you, big guy? You're in a 25-year-old Falcon. You've had the wheels stolen. I've had a car broken into more than once. Now Never had a car stolen or the wheels stolen. But yeah, apparently there's a couple different like hacker tools, and it depends on the model of the car. But of course, sometimes the more sophisticated thieves, they actually load the vehicle onto truck. They actually come up with a truck and a tow truck and just put the car on it, and it's damn. And of course, then there was a whole thing with them stealing, and this was a global thing with stealing catalytic converters. And some of the luxury cars, the front end of them, the bumper and the lights was so expensive as a part. People were just ripping the front off the car because that's worth thousands. It's wild. Yeah, and yes, it is meant to be 30 in Melbourne on Friday. Monday was not so busy. I tell you what, though, peak hour, like 5 o'clock trains are fucking busy. I'd normally get to work early and leave early. Because of circumstances, I didn't leave early yesterday. I'm on like a 5 o'clock train. Fucker was full. So, yeah, it was a hell of a thing. Like a pre-COVID train. It was very off-putting, quite honestly. Hate that many people being around. I just hate people. I hate people. Do I live in a safe suburb? I mean, I know there are dodgy motherfuckers coming around. Because I think one night I friggin' left my car unlocked, and bad luck, some dickhead came in and tried the handles that night. They didn't steal the car. I love it. They stole old technology. There was an old GPS in the glove box. And I mean, remember when we had purpose-made GPSs because it wasn't in all the phones? That's a product that's just fucking gone now. Yeah, but my old GPS was in the glove box and some CDs, and they stole the GPS and CDs. And I was like, I don't know, there's something kind of funny about that. The person got into my car and stole old technology. But we used to not close the gates at the front, but then we realized some dodginess were happening, and now we close the gates. And not that that stops anyone getting in, but it stops the most casual little shit kicker for trying their luck. Yeah, selling it at Cashies for about $5. Jesus, not worth shit. I mean, this was a couple of years ago, but still not worth shit. You're at an ATM that said your card was invalid. Oh, God, I so rarely go to ATMs now. I used to go like twice a week, pay for everything with cash. And then COVID, and I'm down to going to twice a year to an ATM. Hardly ever use cash now. Just the world keeps changing. We're coming up on all the fun 5-year anniversaries now. Must be close. I'm waiting for my Facebook memories. 5 years ago is like my last day working in the city before we, working from home. So like 5 years of mostly working from home. And yeah, the first lockdown anniversary, the one that still friggin' does my head in a bit when I think about it is when we had an actual curfew. And like, I still think it was the right thing to do, but it's like, Jesus, that's a thing, isn't it? Having an actual curfew. I just remember things I got to do. Got my batch cocktail with the jam in it. Shake it again. Just make sure those flavors are getting in there. We're going to taste test this on Friday. That will have been a week. Then I'm going to put it in a barrel for a week, which means decanting the old-fashioned that's in thing, which I freaking love just having a bottled old-fashioned. Just pour one out. Pour one out for the homies. Yeah, no, that it's so was like, wow, an actual curfew. Damn. Because yeah, my favorite thing was like people who go like, "Oh, y'all's average, you've never done it." It's all bullshit. Like, just compare us to Florida. Florida, which has roughly the same population as Australia, and at the point where Australia had about 2,500 COVID deaths, Florida had like 80,000 because they weren't putting any restrictions in place. I mean, but think about it. It's like, God damn. That's a huge difference. And, you know, our as in Australia's death toll only went up. I mean, don't even know how many people have died, 20, 30, 40,000 people, because pretending that it's not happening, and it is. But yeah. Yeah, well, it was New South Wales that fucked us in the end when they had a serious outbreak and they did fuck all about it. And then it just spread far and wide. And then everyone just went, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. That decision by the New South Wales government killed at least 10,000 people. And that's what drove me up the fucking wall. You get these talking heads on TV. And this was a literal thing that I saw happen. People saying, oh, you've got to open up, let people circulate. And the host is like, well, people are going to die who otherwise wouldn't have if you do that. And they were like, how many deaths are acceptable? And they go, well, you can't say that. It's not going to say. And I just wanted to sort of reach through the TV and grab them by the throat and go, fuck you. That is exactly the question. You are literally saying, let people die. You are pushing for a decision that will kill people who otherwise wouldn't have died. What's an acceptable number? What are you willing to accept responsibility for? They're not willing to accept responsibility for anything. But it was the biggest fucking cop-out. People saying, oh, open it up. When you said, but you're going to kill people. Oh, you can't accuse me of that. Fuck you. Like I said, that New South Wales not taking an outbreak seriously, not doing a fucking lockdown, killed at least 10,000 people. And Pat, you're good. I'm glad to hear you're good. Now I'm thinking of the COVID songs from 2020. There were two really good ones in Australia. Briggs and Tim Minchin with Housefire and Hilltop Hoods with I'm Good. It's great. I'm good. I'm good. I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. That's mighty thoughtful. I'm good. I'm pretty good. Not great. How are you? Because I'm kind of awful. It was really just like, oh, everything's shit, isn't it? I'm just like, everything's fucked. It's weird and different, and I don't like it. All right, I'm going to do one more short video. Just because I can. Hey, Jude. Yeah, you stumbled into a rant. Hell yes. Good timing. COVID, damn it. I'm definitely. It's fucked. It's like, does long-term lung, heart, brain damage, and everyone's pretending it doesn't. After my third bout, I get tired all the fucking time in a way I definitely did not prior to my third bout. It's fucked. And it's just like my body's going, yeah, I'm not real happy, man. I'm not real happy. Okay, so I'm making 2 slow gin cocktails tonight. The lip spin. This one's tequila and amaro. Okay. All right, let's get this happening. What's weird, Pat? Everything I say and do, hey? All right, get that happening. All right. Oh, I think I should maybe remake my infinity thing. Do I want to do that? Maybe. What's that? Nova. Maybe. I might do that. Ooh, and I should finish off this. My rarest and probably most expensive whiskey. Okay, so that and Blanco tequila. And I'm gonna say Havana. I'm gonna lie. I love doing this actually. No one ever picks it up. I mean, I always say it on the streams when I'm doing something like, oh, I'm lying in this video. No one will know. I'm lying in this one. No one ever picks it up when I lie in videos, which is why I keep doing it, because no one can stop me. All right, 45 mils. This is a high proof tequila too. Okay, that's fine. 45 mils. Slow gin. 22.5 mils. Just getting everything ready so we can make this quickly. We're not using the bitters this time. We are using sea lime. My saline. When you only use a few drops at a time, it takes ages to use up the saline. Even when I knocked it over and spilled half of it, still lasting. Okay, now we're getting stuff ready again. Get ready, because here I come now. Get ready, to here I come now. It's alright. Never met a man feel the way that you do. It's out of sight. Feet, fun, oh, fun. Look out, baby, here I come. Get ready, get ready. No, we'll do the tequila first. Slow gin. And 4 drops of saline. All right. Okay, that's ready. So I'll just put these lids back on so I don't knock anything over. Classy. Classy and gassy. All right, I'm gonna garnish this with a cherry, so I'll just bring the cherry over again. Get ready, because here I come now. Hang on un segundo. That's okay, that's all done. Okay. Actually, let's just do this. That was unexpected. Bit of a drama. That'll do, that'll do. Okay. Do this. goddamn fruit flies is over here. Ooh, that tastes interesting. Just make sure that's framed up right. And all right. I'll tell you what. When Home for the Elderly shows up next, I'm going to have to thank him for these GoPro batteries. Because they work a treat. Let's do this. What's this called? Lip spin. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a tequila-based cocktail called a lip spin. It has a little bit of bitterness in it. It might appeal to people who like things. I fucking was trying to remember the name as I said that, and I forgot. God damn it. Oh, my fucking brain. And I'm blaming this on COVID too. Negroni. Fuck me. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a tequila-based cocktail called a lip spin. It has a little bit in it. Oh, man, now I can't speak. Fuck. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a tequila-based cocktail called a lip spin. It has a little bitterness in it, so it could appeal to Negroni lovers. I'm not particularly a Negroni lover, but I like the sound of this. I'm going to give it a taste. Ooh, well, this does have some great flavors. This is really worth trying. I'll show you how to make it. In a mixing glass, put 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of Blanco tequila, then 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of sloe gin, and again 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5 mils, this time of China or another Amaro. And to make the flavors pop, I'm putting in 4 drops of saline. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chip. Fuck you, ice. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. Then I'm straining that into a chilled Nicanora glass and garnishing it with a maraschino cherry on a skewer. This is another nice boozy sipper, something to sit back and relax with, and it's really interesting flavors. This is another great boozy stirred down sipper, something to really just sit back, relax, and sip. I definitely recommend you try this one. The lip spin, easy to make, tastes great. Give it a go. Cheers. Well, after the first one, going through with no hitches, that was just fucking non-stop drama. All right, switching everything off. That's all the videos I'm gonna make tonight. Goodbye. All right, putting this over here. Yep. Oh shit! Of course, that was some ice. That put me off quite a bit. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Whew. Yes, I think we are all being affected long term by very fucking scary politics happening at the moment. I really do feel like this would be one of those periods of history where in the future people look at it and go, how the fuck did you let that happen? Honestly. Sounded like Boss Nass. Oh dear. That was some weird, I'm just going to call it racist sort of jigaboo stereotyping with the way they had those characters talk. Oh. You think this is all happening because of morbid curiosity, Jude? I mean, that's not as bad as some of the reasons, quite honestly. God, it's so hard to remember that we're only 2 months into 4 years of Trump, assuming he doesn't drop dead. Which, as I've repeatedly said, is a reasonably high probability given his age, his poor shape, and the amount of stress he's under. Fucking miracle if he doesn't drop dead, quite honestly. Well, okay, well that's what's driving a lot of the shit happening in the Trump regime. And yes, they're evil, nasty, cruel, vindictive people. They're also stupid as fuck. I mean, they are not smart. I did actually see that there was a Trump painting that he's going, I don't want to remove. It's like, it was actually flattering. It's just like his simps do this weird sexualization of him. And again, he's just a child. He's just a big, petulant, developmentally disabled child. It's like nothing he says or does makes any sense until you recognize that context. No, the Gina painting was making a statement. Well, again, but that was how that artist did it. The Trump painting, I'd say, is in no way comparable to the Gina painting. But also Gina Reinhardt, piece of shit. She fucking sucks. But yes, that artist was not a Reinhardt fan and was making a bit of a statement. But it was also generally his style as well. And there's, Reinhardt just showing these fucking asshole oligarchs just think they own the world and so thin fucking skinned. Like the dude, the painting makes it look like he's got a mouthful of Diet Coke. Well, it's accurate then. That's not a sentence that means anything to me. Right, so 3 people didn't want that guy to be leader even though he didn't have any opposition, is what you're saying, I think. Again, that's like, hey, guess who's captain? Guess who's captain of the Titanic? Actually, both of these tonight have been pretty interesting. Solid 8s out of 10, I think. Not like really going to be my favorites. I don't think I will make them again. But solid cocktails. I'll give them that. We've already had this conversation, Safa. I had my light and easy spaghetti bolognese. I questioned if that was a wise choice, seeing I'm going to a pasta place tomorrow night with the young'uns. Get some takeaway, take it to young Miss Annie's place. Might see her new cat, although it might hide from us. We shall see what the day brings. Don't know if anyone else is watching The White Lotus, but it's a trippy show. What are we at? The third season of it? It's very trippy. It's just basically about rich people going to an expensive resort and being fucked up rich people. First season was in Hawaii. Second season was in Italy. This third season's in Thailand. Among other things, third season's got a weird, fucked up incest storyline, so good on yous. It's just like, damn, okay. Show with the red nun dresses. I only watched like half of the first season. Just wasn't into being that depressed. The Handmaid's Tale. Dude, doesn't seem fair he's lasted so many years. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the benefits of being wealthy. I was kind of amazed when he got COVID and they clearly pumped him full of everything experimental. And I was like, okay, this is pretty wild because he's not necessarily going to die from COVID. They're just pumping him full of fuck knows what that might overload his system. But he came through it, which again was, the 90. He's not a 99%. His age and whatnot, 95% likely he'd be fine. Well, what we watched last night, White Lotus. Just episodes. There's a bunch of things we're watching now that are returning that are doing one episode a week. So we watched one episode of White Lotus, one episode of 1923, which is a Yellowstone prequel, and one episode of Wheel of Time. No, not talking about Pope, talking about Trump. Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely protocol. It's just like, oh, we really don't want him to die. Just pump him the fuck full of drugs. Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of the streaming things do. When it's going to be one episode a week, they don't just release one episode, they release 2 or 3. But I am super fucking pumped for Andor, I have to say. Having watched another trailer today, I'm like, damn. Really, really want to see what happens with the Andor season 2. But yeah, Mrs. Angry. Well, just about the time we're going to have to find something new to watch. There'll be something. I think I've been recommending rewatching season 1 of The Last of Us, actually. So we might do that next week. Well, that's pretty much the case. Rogue One's Andor Series 3. I like that they're saying, they're not going to milk it to death. There's just going to be this second series. And then you go into Rogue One. Ooh, I reckon this one's going to go off, though. They're just hinted, the Death Star's being built, so they're not attacking the Death Star yet. But they're hinting there's another sort of desperate mission. Like in season 1, it was the heist was the big thing. But I was just like, damn, what's going to happen? Oh, yeah, that was fucking stupid. Well, again, so for anyone who missed the story, I think it's Kuyong, which the Teals took away from the Liberals at the last election, caught on video, phone video, was the husband of the Teals candidate ripping off Liberal Party campaign poster that he reckoned was in an illegal position and that was fucking stupid. And no, that's not my seat. I'm in that blue ribbon that the Teals are really challenging the Liberals in. There's a Teal in my seat as well, Goldstein. So it's dramas. Yes, our Jude's in the US. Vegas, baby. Vegas. All right, I'm going to try and be good and have mineral water. These are two good cocktails. All right. Let's go with the mineral water. It's my favorite Safa lemon lime. Jude called McDonald's Macca's. Maybe she's just humoring us Australians. Or maybe it's just a thing that people have started to like, that Australians call it Macca's. I don't know. All right, I'm actually going to flavor this a little bit more with my shrub. What are you doing, shrub? My mandarin shrub. Just a splash, just giving it even a little bit more flavor. Shrub. All right. Okie doke. Yeah, that's a good question. Did the McCafe ever translate to the US? Because I know a couple of people from Australian McDonald's have ended up in senior roles. In fact, being the boss of McDonald's US. A conversational chameleon. Nice. Oh, yeah. That's yummy. Oh, that's got a real tang now from the mandarin shrub I put in. I wonder why it's called shrub. Because, of course, a shrub is a bush. But in this context, it's a vinegar-based cordial, essentially. Very old style of drink, the shrub. People have been making it for years as a substitute for like citrus when you couldn't get citrus, because it's got the acidic element that you get from citrus juices. And for lots of history, they were very hard to get. So people do this vinegar-based shrub to put an acidic element in a drink. It always just makes me think, I think it's the Destiny's Child song, No Scrubs. I was thinking of No Shrubs. Because I think silly things, basically. So you don't personally frequent too many fast food chains. The cafe might be thingy too, but not sure. Yeah, that was an Australian invention, going into the popularity of cafe culture in Australia and building it into a McDonald's. Is that how long we've had You just looked that up, I'm assuming. So we started McCafe in 1993, over 30 years ago. I am tripping fucking balls. I would have believed 20 years, but 30, holy shit. Damn. That shit's wild, yo. Okay, says it in store. Okay. Well, that's pretty fucking wild as far as I'm concerned. It's definitely catching me by surprise that it's been going that long. Tripping, yo. Absolutely tripping. Oh, dear. Oh, I just got to chill a bit. And just stick with this mineral water for a bit. I did actually take one of my non-alcoholic clarified concoctions into work, the coffee-based one, which I should not have fucking drunk on the stream on Sunday night because I freaking went to bed, put the CPAP on, and I was relaxing. It's very, sometimes you get this weird thing with the CPAP that it's very relaxing and lets me lie there and stuff. Sometimes I can't go to sleep. And I got to midnight and I still wasn't properly asleep, although I think I had been going in and out of sleep. And I'm like, okay, I can't get comfortable enough with this on. I've got to take it off. And then I was like, why can't I go to sleep? And I went, that fucking thing I was drinking on the stream was a coffee drink. So I was drinking caffeine right up to 10 o'clock. Stupid. So fucking stupid. But I wasn't thinking about it at the time, so I was like, God damn it. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. I need to find this thing. Okay, the oatmeal. I'm gonna share a thing. There's a cartoonist I like. These things called the oatmeal. The oatmeal. Comics by Matthew Inman. Comics. He emailed a new comic. Yep. Okay. CPAP Dreams. I showed this to Mrs. Angry and said, this is libelous. It's only half true. But I'll share it with you. Ooh, that's interesting. They put a new feature on the StreamYard, present or invite. Slides and PDFs. I have no slides. Extra camera. Dude. Video file, image file, share screen. We will share the screen. So, yes, look at this. CPAP dreams. I wonder what he dreams about with that thing on. Okay, I'll have you know, I only dream about giving robots blowjobs some of the time. So I'm going to call this comic False, Slanderous, because I only dream of giving robots blowjobs some of the time, not all the time. Well, I guess actually, maybe it's a female robot. It's just oral sex on a I don't know. Robots don't have reproductive organs, so I don't even. That's. I really do like the oatmeal because he comes up with. No, that's new. Like today, I'm on his mailing list, and I got an email today going, "I did a new comic," and it was titled "CPAP Dreams." I thought, "Oh God, what's this going to be?" Richard uses a CPAP. It's got the nose pillow. Yeah, no, I only have the nose pillow as well, actually. And that's because of my facial hair. They said with the whole face thing, it wouldn't get a seal because of my facial hair. So I have the nose thing. The nose. I would much rather be able to do the face thing because the thing under my nose is fucking annoying. Fuck that noise, surfer. Fuck that noise. I'm a beard guy. And I'm going to stay a beard guy. I don't know. I could conceivably at some point be convinced to shave my beard. I can't imagine the exact circumstance, but I could. But yeah, I just read this article today. I think it was on ABC. Older people, older women in particular, finding the job market very difficult and being told to lie about their age, reduce their age by 10 or 15 years. I never put my fucking age on my CV. I would just give like a 20-year job history and I would not mention my age at all. But if for some god-awful fucking reason I went back into the job market, my whole thing for taking the job I'm doing now was the idea like, yep, you know what? I'm going to do this shit till I fucking retire. I'm sick of going for job interviews. If I went back into the job market, I would probably cut my hair even shorter and I would definitely color it. I would definitely color my hair and beard just like a light brown. Because again, just psychologically, that makes a huge difference to people. Like with COVID, I just went, fuck it, and stopped dyeing my hair and let all the gray grow out. Have I ever worked construction? Fuck no. Have I ever worked a difficult physical job in my life? Fuck no. I'm a lazy, soft motherfucker. The most difficult job I've worked has been fucking fast food, which admittedly can be physically demanding and can be injury causing. But the toughest physical work I've ever done is, fast food. I'm a soft boy. I just been doing office work. Fast food can be mentally demanding just because it's boring, stupid, and stressful, and there's a lot of pressure on you. But it can be physically demanding too. Definitely the most physically demanding job I've ever done. But I am a fucking soft boy. Just did office work my whole professional life. Dude, COVID seemed like people went absolutely bonkers with COVID. Oh yeah, no, people got bored as fuck. I went the opposite because I used to. Well, I would occasionally like color my hair blue or purple or red or pink, but mostly it was like brown, and I just stopped. My boss does wacky hair colors, which is fun. She'll have a purple or a pink or a blue, and that's cool. We're a fun team, is what I'm saying. My team is the best team in the entire fucking organization. We are the social team. Fluorescent blue. They're not. I know what you mean. Yes, we have fluorescent lights. Guy dyed his hair leopard print. I have actually seen people with leopard print, and I agree it must take a real fucking long time. I have seen that as well. Justin, we were thinking you were maybe getting into the budget. Have you been watching? Has there been a budget broadcast? What's been going down? I feel like Labor had basically said everything that was going to be in this budget. Oh, fuck yeah, non-compete clauses should be banned. I didn't know non-compete clauses were such a big thing in Australia. They certainly are in the US. It's just major fuckery from big corporations. I've never been subject to a non-complete clause. Fluorescent lights depress you? No, they're just fluorescent lights. My favorite thing is they're on a timer in my workplace. So sometimes they just dim or go off, like either because you're in a meeting and everyone's just, and in the meeting rooms, the lights are on a way too short a timer. It's like after 15, 20 minutes, they'll go dim and it's like, it's a meeting room. We sit still. the fucking light should be on at least an hour timer. But even out on the floor sometimes, if we're all just working and no one's walking around, you hear that and suddenly realize, wait, the light's just in. And so you do this thing, lean back and wave your arms around, and the lights come back on. It's redonkulous. Understand part of a low-level skilled worker. Oh, but okay, you want nightmare stuff. Read about non-compete clauses in the US. It's a fucking nightmare. Like, it's like people who work in fast food get subjected to a non-compete clause. They can't go and work for another fast food place. The US is a fucking dystopia. And yes, they're motion sensors, Safa, is what I'm saying. Juge, but daylight, soft light bulbs, same ceiling feature to balance light. Brings out OCD visitors. Well, I don't know if anyone remembers a couple of times I during a stream, I went up the hallway with my phone and I mentioned how there were two lights in the hall, and one's a normal light you expect, and one's a really sort of warm orange glow one. So you got to that end of the hallway and it got weird. Anyway, that orange glow blew out, and so I just replaced it with an LCD, and so it's a consistent light down the hallway now. Used to be very weird, different light one end of the hallway to the other. Now it's consistent. Yeah, again, low skill work never be non-compete, but like I said, the US is a fucking dystopia. It's just shit. Even like in Silicon Valley, in the 2000s, I think, Steve Jobs colluded with the other big tech companies like Google and Facebook and whatnot, and said, hey, we should agree not to hire someone who leaves, one of us, because these fuckers are making us pay them more, and we should do, and like that's criminal. That's criminal collusion. It's even in the US, it's against the law, and they were never punished for it. Hairdressers can get fucked over too. That's true. Get people who add colored porch lights. Not often. We more often get people who put fairy lights up. I like fairy lights. I don't have any fairy lights up around the house at the moment. I used to have fairy lights up on the stream, like hanging behind me when I was doing it in the kitchen. I don't know. I think fairy lights are cool. I was considering putting fairy lights up behind here, but I didn't. Do you not know what fairy lights are? It's the little lights, like Christmas lights, just the little colored lights. And there's a whole string of them, and you some of them you end up with hundreds of these tiny little lights. We call those fairy lights. Tiny little lights. Kind of like Tinkerbell in the old Disney animation. Like hundreds of teeny tiny Tinkerbells. And they are often multicolored. RGB. Yeah, the ones that look like little stars. You get quite a few variations in the fairy lights. Just in high school work is a bit different. Yeah, but also fuck employers is what I say, Justin. Fuck them. There were lots of people worried about that in the IT world. Not so much. It was much more programmers they were worried about. Like someone works on a big project for them and keeps all the source code and then goes to a competitor saying, I can give you all the source code for this stuff. But by and large, when it comes to employers, fuck them. Profiteering fucks. Fuck them all. I do try to provide fun facts. What? All right. Jesus. I forgot to get rid of the thing with the CPAP. Oh, yeah, that's a fun thing. Everyone's DNA information is now being sold off to multiple companies. those DNA things are a bad fucking idea. I mean, there's stuff they tell you about your heritage is fucking horseshit anyway. But damn, the idea of your DNA details just being bought and sold. Again, oligarchs, employers, all these companies, they're fucking scumbags. They fucking suck. I dislike them so very, very much. Yes, due to particular government fires a workforce, replaces them with people who use public chat app. Yeah, just really great, intelligent behavior. Well, not least the dumb fucking shit Trump and Musk have been doing. And we're going to say all these people, and then they realize they literally can't function, and they desperately try to rehire the people they fired. It's like so fucking stupid. So ridiculously fucking stupid. But we are definitely in the stupidest timeline. It's just fucking bullshit. So much bullshit. So is Musk shadow president? I look forward to Musk finally poking Trump's ego once too often. Trump hasn't, I mean, it's only been 2 months, but he hasn't had a meltdown yet at anyone in his inner circle. In his first term, that would be like, I don't know, every 6 months he'd have a meltdown on people. I feel like there's no way Trump keeps Musk on for the whole term, even maybe for not all that much longer, because it's just two stupid fucking egos. And it's not just their two big egos, they were also two extremely shallow, insecure people. And I don't know what it'll be that'll do it, but I feel really confident Musk will do something, say something, or be reported as saying or doing something that just pushes Trump's buttons once too often, and Trump will have an explosive little hissy fit, and Musk will get turfed. Then, of course, it'll be funny what butthurt Musk will do with his Twitter empire, of course. But who the fuck knows? That's an interesting take, Jude. No, I don't really know what the truth of this. You reckon Musk doesn't need Trump? Trump can't say. I don't think Trump needs Musk. And I don't think Musk's pathetic, shallow, weak, fragile ego would survive very well getting drop kicked by Trump. Hey, Hannah. Oh my God. An update on the dumbest. Is this the same dumbest customer has done something more? Or do you reckon you've had yet another customer who's dumber than the previous dumbest customer? Either way, I love these stories. I love them so much. Man, I didn't think those cocktails were so strong, but I feel somewhat inebriated at the moment. Again, that's subjective, Jude. I'm not going to argue the point, but I don't think that's beyond dispute. Anyway, Hannah, okay, it was the same one. Came back today, came at you to complain. Front end changed to sour price. Wow, she complained that she actually did not get charged the full price. That would be because we can't override a price to make it more expensive unless it's part of a return. Register function literally alone. God damn. That person really has something broken. I worry for them. I think there's something fundamentally broken with them that stops them from being even vaguely rational. I'm kind of thinking of changing the color of this light. It's too pale. Maybe I'd change it to something. Yeah, you see me now obsessing about things. I want to change the color of that light. And you talk to your leader about it. She wants to be stupid. Who are we to argue? Put it through. That's brilliant. Justin, you're eligible to run for president. Neat. Born in the US, but you'd have to live there for 15 years. Okay. I've never bothered to look into the rules, quite honestly. Process it as a return and then change it to full price. That person is an absolute fucking Fruit Loop. And I say that almost with awe. She then had a go at you. It shouldn't have been that hard. I'm almost in awe of how messed up this person is. Because that is fucking spectacular. That is out of the ordinary. Anyway, now I've got this into my head. I can't let it go. I want to change that light. It's kind of green at the moment. I think I want to change it to purple. All right. So even though there's two different lights, and they each came with their own remote, the one remote makes them both go. So I have to switch the red one off to change the other one. Well, they're both exciting. Green, purple, or blue. Ooh. Purple, blue. Purple, blue. I think purple. I'm going to go with purple. And red. There we go. I'm going to see what that looks like when I do another video on it. All right. No, the middle's blue. It's purple, blue, and red. Yes, you have to be qualified as natural born. Also, John McCain was not born in the continental US. He was born on a US military base to US parents. So he classified as natural born US citizen. Because Cruz was actually born in Canada, I think. But he meets the constitutional definition of natural born American. Again, it's weird. Oh, damn. I'm going to put a bit much shrub in there, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I don't mind. Yes, exactly. Natural born means born as a citizen. And so, yes, if your parents are US citizens, you're born to them, that makes you a natural born US citizen. Ooh, it gets a bit squirrely with some people. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Also, who cares? I can't care, Ooh, there's actually a lot of peel there. I should peel that off. Give Mrs. Angry a whole bunch of... Oh, is that going to work? Oh, there we go. Go around here. Give Mrs. Angry a whole bunch of orange peel to put in her hot chocolate tomorrow. Maybe even the day after. All right. C is for cookie. It's good enough for me. Maybe cut off that little lump of pith. All right. Oh dear. Interview girl from the 70s. Madam, are you a natural born citizen in the US? Woman. Oh no, I was born cesarean. Figure at this point, non-US citizen might do a better job. I mean, honestly, it's the least of their concerns. But I also, Jude, I feel like that you're channeling Macbeth there, where Macbeth thought he was safe because the Witcher said you cannot be killed by any man born of woman. And right at the end, who is it, Macduff, who challenges Macbeth? And Macbeth says, well, you're going to fucking die because I can't be killed by any man born of woman. And the other guy says, well, fucking look out because I was from my mother's womb untimely ripped. So he's saying because he was cesarean born, that thwarted the prophecy. Yes, if a US citizen gives birth to a child overseas, usually the child's automatically a US citizen. Yes. So Hannah, so I've never heard of Singapore. Are you Chinese or a member of the Chinese? Oh God, yes, that congressperson questioning the was it the TikTok boss? Wasn't born, you removed like a tumor. Damn. So, and see, Safa, that's what in Australia, that's what caused all the problem with people in Parliament being dual citizens, and they didn't realise it because they were born in Australia, so they didn't think it was a thing. But because one of their parents, or in some cases both of their parents, were born overseas, and the laws of that country said, "Yeah, you're a citizen," and so they didn't realise they were a dual citizen, and they never declared it. Just no appearance of US, but they never registered. Undocumented, a hilarious illegal concept. Yeah, there you go. So you were 2 weeks early, even more like a tumor. Damn. We get into this whole childbirth thing, but I do remember because we've joked often enough about how stupidly large my head is. I was my mum's 8th child, so you'd reckon 8th. I just straight out, but my head's so big. The doctor had to use forceps to get me out. So I think my mum wasn't expecting that. Yes, undocumented migrants, but undocumented citizens. What's all that about? Your birth was the result of your doctor's going on holidays. Do you want to know the doctor or take her out now? Oh my God. And yes, young Mr. Angry has a pretty large head too. I don't think it's as big as mine. Might measure at one time. I know, you'd think like 8th child, it'd be boom, straight out. But no, because my stupid bonce is so big, they had to use forceps to get me out. Jude, the underdeveloped part of your brain wonders if baby born on a plane, do they fill out the birth certificate born over Texas? Well, I mean, that happens. Sometimes children are born on international flights or on ships. It can get all sorts of things. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. Oh, young Ms. Angry definitely has a smaller head than me. Larger than average, but smaller than me. Young Mr. Angry, his might be as large as mine. I don't know. Oh, you meant young Mr. Angry? I don't know. Yeah, my brothers all have huge fucking buff heads. I've got the biggest, but my brothers all have big buff heads. Sisters less so, but probably bigger than average. So, It's a whole thing. I don't know. I haven't tried him recently with my hats, so I'm not sure. That is really acidic now. I think I'm going to try. I think all the shrub sank to the bottom because it's heavier than mineral water. It's incredibly acidic. I think I'm going to stop drinking it. Which means maybe some booze. The youngest, apart from the made up one. Now I'm the 8th of 10. So, of the non made up siblings, I'm 8th of 10. I have 2 younger brothers. It's kind of funny because there's like 4 girls and 6 boys. And prior to me, there were 4 girls and 3 boys. So I think like the girls thought they were winning. They were outnumbering the boys. And then bam, 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 3 boys. Change the balance. Hey, home for the elderly. Soph and Charlie. Hope you're doing well. 9th and 10th haven't seen. My guess is yes. Oh God. Yeah, no, so many hand-me-downs, Jude. Absolutely. I have no idea how our mother kept us all alive, quite honestly. Boggles my mind. Oh, yeah. I had to. Mister, I did post on the Discord, local whiskey distillery Starwood, who keep doing special editions. They released this one today that's finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry barrels. And Pedro Jimenez is a very sweet sherry, and it's likely to make the whiskey taste really good. I couldn't fucking resist. I went and got it. Nice. You've been at the food trucks. That sounds like a good way to spend the evening. Just knew a friend who's going to be poached by a company. Might send him to Hawaii for AUKUS-related stuff. So he's happy about non-complete clauses being voided. Nice. And in these days, there aren't many parenting standards. It's fine if your kid was basically free-range chicken. Well, I reckon all my mum did was count us before bedtime. Well, yeah, the Pedro Jimenez sherry, which is, I'm being super, it's spelled Ximini Jimenez. It's Spanish. It's sweet like sultanas or raisins. It's a really rich, dark sweetness like that. So the Pedro Jimenez finished whiskey is probably going to be really yummy with really sort of, I think, ooh, you went off on the briskets. I fucking love food truck brisket, honestly. Yeah, I used to have a food truck thing near my old house. I don't know where it is now. I haven't really been to a big food truck event for ages. I think if one of the kids was missing, the oldest one was at fault. Go find you. Oh, my fucking mum left me at soccer training one day, and I was just waiting in the dark at the other end of town because this is pre-mobile. We didn't have a phone at home even. Food trucks twice a month. Nice. Also, I do have to thank you for the friggin' GoPro batteries. Remember me complaining how this had stopped working with the battery at 40%? You gave me those high-powered ones. I was using this tonight. I've run it down to 14%, 1-4, not 40, and it hasn't cut out. So these new batteries you sent me, fucking rock. I will charge that one, though. I won't push my luck any further. Oh, yeah, the liberal arseholes. What the fuck? Oh, okay. So Dark Soccer Night. I was, I don't know, I was probably about 14. And it was other end of town. I don't know. It was like 5 or 6 kilometers from home. And no, I didn't walk because I kept waiting. But then there was this guy, like adult, jogging around, and he was doing laps. And he come, "Are you okay?" No, I'm just waiting for my mum. I think she's forgotten. And he did it a couple of times, and he goes, and he stopped and said, "Look, would you trust me to drive you home? Because I don't think you should just stay here." And I was like, basically, dude, you could fucking axe murder me. I don't care. I'm sick of sitting here. And so I let this guy drive me home, and it was about halfway there. I did actually, because there was just one road to get where we were going. I did see my mum going the other way, and I went, "Oh, there's my mum there. Fuck that." And so I got dropped off at home, and I waited, and like 15 minutes later, my mum came back because apparently she'd been like making dinner for everyone. This is 2 hours after she was meant to pick me up, and serving up everything, and she's like, "Oh, where's Drew? Oh my God, he's at soccer training." And yeah, 2 hours late. But anyway, encouraging me to do more vids. Yes. But yeah, that battery is freaking amazing. Like, again, you know how much I complained about it fucking cutting out when it was 40% left. That one I've got run way down, and it hasn't turned. Where did I put the, oh no, it's just here. So I got to change it for the other one. But remember to charge that one. But yeah, that is awesome. How do you even get that many kids in a car? Oh, we had a little bus when I was a kid, a van called a comma. But then, of course, we had station wagons, and yeah, we would definitely do dodgy shit, like have kids sitting in the back of the station wagon, not the back seat, the back bit. Your mum was a kid, your granddad was a road grader, rural WA, connecting mining towns. Granddad and grandmum would drive in the car. 3 girls would travel in a caravan. Yes, not particularly kosher. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel like my mum was just working the whole time. So, and it's like one day's laundry in our household was kind of like, even when I had my 2 offspring here, it was like a week's ironing my laundry in my house. And my mum was kind of obsessed with ironing all our stuff. So she would just be like every day doing laundry. And then she'd just have the ironing boards up, be watching TV and ironing while watching TV, and the dinners and stuff. She was just working non-fucking stop. You got me the 2 so you can check the old one out when you're cozy with the newest. I'm keeping the old ones as backups. I have 2 other ones. I'm just keeping them as backups. These new ones fucking rock. Short answer, no, Kilty. I've done some HTML, and that's it. Well, again, the angry thing was performative. The real anger in my family was something else. Hannah, mum's like that. I don't understand people saying stay home, mum. Oh no, I think my mum was basically working non-stop. It's fucking incredible. Does she have undiagnosed OCD? Dude, my mum and dad's generation, everything was undiagnosed. You had to be basically borderline non-verbal to get, I have Down syndrome to get diagnosed with anything. There was really not a lot of recognition of neurodiversity in not even in my generation for that matter, a bit more in my generation, but my parents' generation, it's just like people become weird recluses or alcoholics or whatever to cope because fucking nothing was diagnosed. Heine's done some coding. Visual Studio, okay. Yeah, nice. I think there's a real risk of, again, even people self-diagnosing these days. It's not good. No joke, Safa. It's still a problem today, but definitely previous generations, alcohol was used to tamp down anxiety, depression. It's just like not fitting in, and alcohol would kill the thing of not fitting in. So it's like all the bullshit of, oh, there was no autism in my day. There was no mental things in my day. Yeah, I know you weren't joking. No, you're absolutely right. It's just bullshit. The people were recluses, or yeah, they'd cope with drugs or alcohol. And to be fair, grandmother would downpack. Yeah, Beck's powder, which was painkiller. Yeah. Oh my God. Mums in the mid 20th century, particularly in the US, but more broadly, used to just be prescribed amphetamines. And in fact, even in my generation, I remember working in a call center, and I guess this woman was in her 40s at the time. I was only in my 20s. And she was saying, like, oh no, as a woman, you go to the doctor and just go, oh, I feel a bit run down and I can't get things done. And you'll just be prescribed medical grade speed. They're just like, God damn. Oh, yeah, thalidomide, which was meant to stop morning sickness and actually caused all those terrible deformities. Damn. A scourge for like a generation. And it was actually an Australian doctor who worked really hard to expose the company behind thalidomide. So these days, like, go to a doctor, I think I have ADHD, they diagnose. Yeah, it's kind of like a pendulum, I think, that goes back and forth. But yes, the olden days of just ignoring a spectrum of mental health challenges was fucking terrible and toxic, and in not just in men, but in men in particular, contributed to a huge amount of early deaths. It's just, yeah, and in the fucking late 19th, early 20th century, you'd just be prescribed cocaine or heroin, and then you'd fucking chill out because you're on really fucking extreme drugs at that point. So the modern world, not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but some major improvements in various things. Anyway, you know what? I might finish a little bit early. Let me get this acidity out. I'm going to have some of my liqueur. The sweetness of this will balance the acidity that I was having in the other stuff. What constitutes a neurodivergent disorder? Honestly, yes. Because then, I'm just weird. Hannah, makes you wonder if recollection of 50s are golden days. Oh, no. People were being medicated. They were self-medicating. There's even the saying, mother's little helpers. You get prescribed fucking pills by the doctor. Oh, mother's finding it difficult. It's essentially either tranquilizers or amphetamines. It's, kind of toss a coin depending who the doctor is. But that was actually the saying, mother's little helpers. Take these pills and the things that are upsetting you about life will just go away. Yeah, exactly. There was no diagnosis. No one said, I have mental health, because it wasn't even talked about or understood, mental health. They were just like, everything's too much. I'm going to blank it out. Either the doctor's given me some pills that let me blank it out, or I'm just going to use alcohol to blank it out. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Safra. I think when you're a kid, you think adults actually have stuff sorted out. Then you get to be an adult and go, whoop, no, we don't. Horse tranquilizer. There wasn't horse tranquilizers during COVID. I think it was horse dewormers that people thought would help with COVID because they're fucking idiots. No, ketamine is horse tranquilizer. People use ketamine as a recreational drug. It's actually a horse tranquilizer. It's really Elon Musk is addicted to ketamine, which explains his stupid fucking behavior. Quite honestly, dude, anyone who's a bit weird can be classified neurodivergent. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's the thing, and it's the same as talking about is that gay woman who's really butch, is she actually transgender? In a lot of cases, no, she's just butch. Is that gay man who's a real twink, is he actually transgender? No, he's just really feminine. He's just a twink, but he's not trans. Don't go with the focus say about crime. Wasn't that bad nowadays? Oh, yeah, no. Crime's always been bad. It's just how it's reported has changed. No wonder your parents' generation buried their heads in the sand to cope, leaving a generation of massive vision. Yeah, and again, yeah, it fucking affects the subsequent generation. Like the boomers' parents were just like incredibly violent. And my generation, Gen X, got a fair degree of whacks from their parents, but not necessarily in the really hyper violent way of the previous generation. But it's just like, everything fucks up. But yes, wooden spoons. Getting whacked with wooden spoons. I don't know, how bad was, there was crime. Definitely. The belt was a big one. Yeah. I did stumble across these videos on YouTube from the Irish national broadcaster, and it's like, what Ireland was like in the 80s. And it's just like these comedians like playing their parents. And the 80s one, it was just parents just whacking their kids all the time. Ireland in the 80s, parents drinking, smoking, and whacking their kids. Yeah, and that's the thing. You tend to get people, not universally, but broadly, you tend to get people being less violent in subsequent generations. The nerve of your mum telling me to go down their level and talk to them. Yeah. Where she broke a wooden spoon on you. Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things. Oh, your dad's from Northern Ireland, born in 1950. Damn. So he's growing up in the fucking Troubles, unless he left very young. Some disorders sound like oppositional. Well, there's no question that sometimes authority figures try to pathologize perfectly reasonable behavior in young people. So your dad's middle of 5 kids, moved out of home by the time of 16, all claim their mother was a witch. Yeah, well, pretty fucking full on. Mid-20th century in Ireland. Yeah, he never laid a finger on you because he grew up with abuse. Yeah. Wow, you more CDs, 30 CDs on the weekend. Nice. Dude, you were smacked just for being in range. Yeah. Just the parents were just keeping in practice. Damn. So how old was your dad when he came out here, Hannah? Because that's a very interesting thing. Like, because if he stayed in Ireland until his 20s, and he's from Northern Ireland, this means he saw some real fucking dark times. Oof. God, we're all sharing our emotional and possibly physical scars tonight, aren't we? Yeah, and you've been through it, Justin. Adults being the actual problem. It's a whole thing. Madam Butterfly never got spanked as a child. Look at you a certain way and you say your ass down. Well, I remember, when my youngers were very well behaved, but one time they were acting up and I was like, stop it. And the little Miss Angry going, I don't like it when you're shouting. You're not meant to like it. It's meant to stop you doing the thing that is making me shout. So your dad fucked off in a cruise ship in his mid-20s, meant to be there for 3 weeks, stayed for 9 months. There you go. Went to London, moved to Australia around 30. Yeah, that means he saw some real dark times in Ireland. So if I'm going to say no, what you're saying, I have no familiarity with what you're saying there. Your dad surprised you on Sunday for your birthday. Made plans with Sam to... Oh, neat. Surprise dad visit. Nice. Well, see, the thing is, in a lot of professions, Justin, you can get qualifications without being particularly good. You just have to pass tests. Oh, no. So your dad relived his cruise ship days from 50s and 70s. Okay. Comedian Christopher Titus, best voice found disciplining his kids, was a cross between Clint Eastwood and Darth Vader. Yeah. I didn't have to do much with my kids. They were pretty good, but all kids can be shit sometimes, particularly if they're tired. That was a funny thing sometimes, trying to work out, feel like the kids had got past the stage of being shitheads and then act really shitty at one point. I'm thinking, why are you doing this? This isn't you. And you go, oh, you're tired. You should be asleep. Hannah, your Irish ancestry involved in the whole conflict. Yeah. Family in the Special Bees, Private Constabulary. Yeah, no, that period, particularly in Northern Ireland, very bad period for everyone. And it's so Irish. I love it. It's the epitome of the Irish mindset and the Irish way of thinking. A protracted, decades-long civil war is just called the Troubles. Brilliant. Dude, kids are cranky because they're being told to take it. Yeah, and again, but that's the thing. They're tired and they're cranky and they argue about everything. House your father grew up in Belfast still had bullet holes. Yeah, that's pretty common in Belfast houses, yes. Yeah, well, even sometimes just moving interstate, so people don't realize they fucked up in the last state they were in. Did you actually track that somewhere, Safa? Darth Vader was only 45 when he died. Or Anakin because he was redeemed. Jude, you hated naps. It's the best part of the day, perfect playing outside. I don't remember naps. Kids, you be silly like that. Tell them they don't have to nap, but they have to lie with their eyes closed for 20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's a good strategy, Hannah. You don't have to nap, but you have to lie down and have your eyes closed. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, yes, you certainly did, Justin. And, oh, my God, the number of teachers I knew that threw things at students, yes. Father at 75, oldest living family member on his side. Yeah, that's another common thing in Ireland, quite honestly. Oh, you know what? I'm going to finish a little bit early tonight. It's only 10:02. But I feel like I'm going to pee myself if I stay here, and I'm going to get ready and go to bed. And the same trick your mum used. Okay, you don't have to go to bed. Stay up for 30 minutes. If you read, wow, okay. Brutal. Thought you're getting to stay up. She was actually just put you to bed 30 minutes early. Nice. So I mentioned I'm having dinner with my offspring tomorrow, so I might not be watching anything. Don't know how late I'm going to be over at their place, so we'll see. But all things being equal, we'll probably be back for Thursday night for a stream. Probably make some cocktail videos, and then party night. Then Saturday night is a date night, so I won't be streaming. But that's what we're going to do. So you'll take care, and poor Madam Butterfly, the other end of the day, you're getting dressed for work. Don't want to put clothes on. Well, I'm going to take clothes off. Leave you with that mental image, scar you all for life. I'll see you another time and say bye for now.